Ay, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Hey, it's your boy Tight. But you tuning in with Ray Ray's podcast. Picking my boy Ray. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Hey, we back at it again. You know, it's your boy Ray. Ray from Ray Ray's podcast. You know, I'm always coming live from the 10th floor of the beautiful Hello Studios, located in the beautiful downtown Dallas. Thank you for rocking with your boy one more time again. Man, we got a great episode planned out for you. But before we get to that, I need you to pause this video real quick. I need you to stop, click below the button below, it says subscribe. Yeah, you watching this right now. Click subscribe, like, make sure you're tapped in all thing Ray Ray's podcast. We greatly appreciate you. You know, this year we're celebrating 5 years of the show. So we're bringing in some amazing new guests, and also some of our favorite guests from over the past few years, getting them back on Ray Ray's podcast. Cool. So I don't know if you've ever seen the show before or you're familiar with it. You know, I like to always start off my show with positive words, all right? So just in case if nobody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason. Hey, you stronger than you think. See, whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. See, here on my show, Ray Ray's podcast, I'm glad that you're alive, and most importantly, don't give up. It's always important to keep positive words in your mind and in your heart, because there's always going to be tough situations that arise, and it's how you get through those situations that make you better, all right? Cool. So let me pay some of these bills real quick. You know, I got to pay the bills. So if you're looking to book that next vacation, I need you to help the family at Lit Vacations. That is LITT Vacations. They're going to make sure you're taken care of in every aspect. I'm talking about your transfers to and from the airport. I'm talking about getting you help booking your excursions. Make sure you hit up the guy Austin if you're trying to plan that next kickback trip, the family reunion, the bachelor or bachelorette party, the destination wedding, whatever it is you're trying to do, make sure you do it with Lit Vacations and tell them Ray from Ray Ray's podcast sent you. Cool. So, you know, at the top of the year, you know, we started this new segment. It's called Shout Out. This is where we shout out some amazing music artists, designers, or even some music we just want you to go bump. Today's shout out person we're going to be shouting out is actually in the building today. We're going to give them a proper introduction in just a moment. But we want to shout out the girls Jules Walcott in her new song called BB&D. Make sure you go stream that bad boy. I mean, like right now. Well, after you watch the interview, you go stream that song. Stream that on Spotify, Apple, wherever you like to stream your music. Make sure you're following her on social media and go jam BB&D. And we just want to shout her out. Cool. Like I said, we have her in the building right now. So everyone, give a warm Ray Ray's podcast welcome to the most talented Jules Walcott in the building right now. How are we doing right now? We doing all right?
Hi, thank you for having me.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome to the city.
Yeah, this is my first time in Dallas.
Okay.
So
what's your thoughts of Dallas so far?
So when I think of Texas, I just instantly think cornfields and like cows. I'm from New York, so like I don't know anything about Texas. And then I came here and there was like big buildings. It's nice. There's good restaurants. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's gonna live here.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Dallas is one of the top markets now. You know, in the country. You know, it's also what I tell people about Dallas. You're gonna find everything. And you want to go to the suburbs and raise a family. It's good in the Dallas area. Tech. You know, now we're becoming our own media hub as well too. Wow. You know, there's a lot of major artists that live here, athletes that live here in the off season. Most importantly, we don't have any state taxes here. I mean, that's the best part about it. So no state taxes. So that makes your money grow a little bit more, right?
That's actually great.
It's an amazing thing. Great. That's why I hate when I travel, when I go out of town and stuff like that. Like California, all the taxes I gotta pay, and Chicago, the city taxes. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna give you back home.
Yeah, I live in the worst states for taxes. I live between New York and LA.
See,
so it's bad.
You know,
it's really bad.
Maybe you need to relocate to Dallas. You got everything here in Dallas, all right?
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy day and schedule. I know you're on tour. I know you were just in the studio.
Yeah.
So, you took a moment out to come on Ray Ray's podcast, so we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
So let's do it. Let's get into it. So let's figure out, let's tell our people, who's Jules?
Who is Jules? That is a great question. Well, I'm a music artist. I was born and raised in New York. I currently live in Los Angeles now, and I do pop music with rock influences. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have like your own type of title? Because you have rock stars, pop stars.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I couldn't decide between being a pop star and a rock star, so I just became both.
Okay. You put the slash in there, pop slash.
Pop/rock star.
Pop/rock star.
Yeah.
Slasher. She's a slasher.
Literally.
Okay. So, how long have you been doing the music game so far?
So I've been doing it since I was 9 years old, and I was a chorus kid. I was in all the choirs growing up. And then when I was about 12, I would just go on YouTube and look up how to play ukulele. And I remember my parents got me a ukulele for Christmas, and I taught myself how to play that. Then it turned to learning guitar and then piano, and then that led me into singing in bands throughout high school. And a lot of my friends at the time were doing metal bands, and so they would have me be the singer, which is crazy. So I was singing in metal bands when I was 16, but it was really good because it got me to learn how to perform on stage and how to draw a crowd and stuff like that. And then went to school for music for 2 years, dropped out, and then I finessed a music teaching job, and I had over 60 students a week where I was just teaching them how to read music, write music, make music. But it wasn't what I loved. I loved teaching, but what I really wanted to do was I really wanted to perform. And I was how am I going to make this a full-time career? So the pandemic happened, and I saw on TikTok a lot of artists growing on social media through TikTok, Instagram, and they were going super viral, and I was just watching all their careers start, and I was I feel this is such a good opportunity right now. This is my only chance. And I left my teaching job mid-pandemic, got on unemployment, and I was okay, by the time this unemployment runs out, I have to make this music career work, because if it doesn't, I'm literally going to be unemployed and have no money to my name. So I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and then by 2022, I hit 2 million followers. I mean, 1 million followers, sorry. 1 million followers by 2022 on TikTok. And then by the end of that year, I hit 2 million on TikTok, yeah.
Okay.
It's just been going up since, yeah.
Hey, that's amazing. You were able to believe in yourself so much. Okay, I'm giving myself this much time. I got to make it by this much time. You put in the work to do it. That's something I like to always say on the show. If you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Yeah. Consistency is always the key. You can't start something be off and on with it or procrastinate with it. You gotta keep going. And I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it gets hard. Some days you get discouraged. You're man, I don't know if this is gonna. But you gotta, there's faith in yourself. You just gotta keep going. And you did. You bet it on yourself. And now you're on tour. You're in the studio now doing stuff
Sometimes I'll literally wake up and be how did I get here? What? This is crazy.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I mean, because, you did it. What a lot of people are doing. It's become the blueprint. A lot of these artists have gotten popular from doing either covers or, let's even go back to YouTube generation first started popping off with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I think even Soulja Boy was on YouTube. That's how he kind of got discovered. Then you had, rest in peace, Vine, which was that app back in the day. Oh my gosh, yeah. I know there's a singer. She's a really popular R&B singer. I'm thinking Anne Marie. She got popular off of Vine. Then my homie, Highland Star, shout out Highland. He did covers. And, that's how he got discovered. So that's been a blueprint. You put out something people love, they're going to keep coming back. Okay, I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to keep coming back. So you always have to give them more. And, also now I feel as being an artist, that is not your only job. Now your job is being a content creator, because content is king, because everything is social media platform based. You got to always put out content. Even if you don't even have any music out, you just got to always be putting something out and make sure, you stay, in the limelight. All right. Cool. So what was the first song that really kind of blew for you?
So I'd say there was two. My first song that really started popping off on socials was this song called Boys Lie, and I wrote it at like 2 a.m. with like 2 of my really good friends, and we were like, oh, this is like low-key a hit. And so I posted it like the next day to just see like how it would go on TikTok, and I was like, should I drop this song? And like it had like 500,000 views and like 30,000 people like being like, oh my god, you have to drop this, and I was like, holy fuck, like I'm like this is like really cool. So that was like the first song that did really well, and then I think the second one that really catapulted my career was this song called Bad Boy. And like I don't know what it is specifically about that song, but people, every time I post it, no matter what time of day, like people love that song. And that song has like 3 million like streams on Spotify, and it's literally like all organic. We put like no money behind it or anything, just like people genuinely love it from social media.
Dude, that is always the best feeling, like, oh my god, like the love I'm getting and stuff. That's always crazy. And you have some people that believe like, okay, even if someone is saying something negative, it's still good publicity for you. I want your opinion on what was it like, finding out you're going viral, something that trended. Because I had an instance last year. I had an interview I did with someone. We were talking sports, Dallas Cowboys. Former player came on the show saying, had comments about a Dallas Cowboy player. And I woke up one day because someone had made a clip of it or whatever. I'm like, what in the world is going on right now? It got me a lot of traction. I was grateful for it, but I'm like, man, like it was just, you always want to go viral. I mean, because, that seems how, a lot of people get popular by going viral.
Yeah.
But when it hits you, it's like, oh my God, this is actually, people are tuning in. Like, oh my God, so many people have watched this. What is that feeling like for you? And like, do you feel anxious? You like, I'm nervous. Like, how do you keep up with it? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
That's a great question. Honestly, like it's like sometimes it doesn't really hit me. Like when it first was happening, I was like, whoa. I was like, this getting a little freaky. This getting a little crazy here. But now I'm just like, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's just like 100K views. Like it's no big deal. But like it really like makes you think. Like, but I think like the craziest thing for me is like on a screen it's just numbers, but then like when you go on tour and you post that you're going on tour and people show up, that was like the first time that it really hit me. I was like, oh, these are real people, like, and I'm impacting their life. I'm like, wow. Like we just did a show in Oklahoma, and I literally went to the show like thinking no one was going to show up, and there was so many people there. There was like girls that got there early, and girls were like running up to me like being like, oh my God, I follow you, like look, follow me back. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you're here for me? I'm like, this is so crazy. So I think it's like that in-person impact that really like affected me the most. Yeah,
that is really awesome. Sometimes there are always the bad side of also being popular like that, because you have some crazy people in this world. Mm-hmm. Has that been an issue you've had to deal with some of the crazies and stuff out there?
Yeah, I won't go too much in detail about it, just because I don't want it to come up again.
Yeah.
But there was like somebody that was like finding out, like they were like messaging my whole family, and like they found out like my parents' address, and like made up this whole, like I don't want to get into detail too much about it, but they made up this whole story that they're like grandparents died and they were coming to like my hometown to like go to their funeral. It was just freaking me out, and like stuff like that. And then I had to like unfollow all my family on social media just because like they started messaging them. And then like my mom loves to like message back, but like sometimes she doesn't. Like I love her to death, but she doesn't have a limit, and she'll just be like chatting with them all day, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like you're gonna say something wrong and they're gonna show up at your front door. Like stop. But like, yeah, like that has happened. And then also like here and there's been like some like negativity, but I mean, that just comes with the game. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be hate, and there's always going to be weird comments and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like once you get to a level that some people want to be at, and they may not be able to get to obtain that success that you have, they're always going to, people are always going to hate,
Yeah.
They hate what they can't have or they can't understand. But, shake those haters off, as you got to say, keep it doing, all right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this album. We got an album coming up. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have an album coming out on Mother's Day, and it's called Bad Bitches Never Die. We were a little bit nervous to have the album say the word bitches in it just because I have a younger audience. But also, you know, as a person, I've been doing social media since 2020. A lot of my fans were like maybe like 15 when they started following me, but now they're like 19, 20. So I'm like, I feel like it's a good time where we like amp things up. You know, Sabrina Carpenter curses in songs, Demi Lovato curses in songs. I'm like, I can do it too. So it's like, we're kind of just like ripping off the Band-Aid and just being full, authentic Jules. And so I think a huge part of this album specifically, and something that I haven't incorporated in my previous songs, is this album is very raw and very authentic. There's a lot of songs that I poured every like ounce of my genuineness into, and I think that that's like something that people are going to really hear in this album compared to my last, that I'm like speaking some real shit. And then anyone who knows me and has followed my story, there's like a lot that I talk about in these songs that I've briefed on here and there throughout social media, like previous breakups or previous relationships or just how I'm feeling day to day. Like there's like a lot of authenticity in this album. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I think that's the best way to be, is being authentic. I feel like people could tell when you're not being authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the downfalls of social media, because everyone can put on social media what they want you to see. On how they want to be portrayed. No one, everyone puts like their authentic self out there, because one, people are afraid to be vulnerable in front of certain people, and you know, just people are weird out there. I hate it to say it, but sometimes you have weird people out there, but you know, that's one of the things I think is really cool, that you're able to be authentic and put that in your music. I feel like a lot more people are going to relate to that. All right.
Yeah. So
we got the album coming up. We're on tour right now. So how long have you been on tour so far on this particular tour?
So this is the third city that we're at on tour, and we weren't in this city for a show. We were here for like a collaboration. We're dropping am I allowed to say it, Karan? Okay. We're dropping a box with Arctic Fox, which is a hair dye company that I've been using since I was 15. And so the box is going to have my face on it, and it's going to be the Jules Remix box, and it's going to be sold in Hot Topic, Ulta, and Sally's. So we were here to do a shoot for that, and I had Clyde, the hair god, which is Kim Kardashian's hairstylist, do my whole hair. So it didn't look like this before. It looked really bad. So it looks sick now. And then we had like an amazing photographer shoot the shoot. And so that's why we were in Dallas. So now we're off to Austin for South by Southwest.
Awesome. Yeah. Man, South by Southwest is an amazing time.
I'm excited. I've never been.
Oh, it is amazing, man. I haven't been in a while. Last time I know for sure that I went, I want to say it was 2017 or 2016. I think it was 2016. It's when Drake and P&D dropped Come and See Me.
Oh wow.
I was at that show when they dropped that. I want to say, was it the same year? I think Kanye and Jay-Z did a surprise set of Watch the Throne. I think that year. Oh man, it was crazy. I love South by Southwest.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
There was a video that was trending many, many years ago. There was a guy getting arrested by the police, and they were tending to someone else. And they had like the zip ties tied behind his back. So he got up and took off running in the crowd. And someone added the song by Drake, I was running through the six with my woes.
Oh my
Because it was on six streets.
That's so funny.
I think the guy got away too.
Wow. I love that for him, honestly.
But yeah, have fun, but also be careful. There's been some weird stuff happening down there, South by Southwest. I don't know, some guy got like drunk one time and like hit some people, like, and just randomly they were walking across the street. So yeah, so be careful. I'm pretty sure they got it all cleaned up now, but it's a great experience, great time networking. So many artists go. Like I said, I haven't been in years. I can't wait to go. I need to go back again, but maybe next year. This year, my plate was busy. I was like, I didn't know where I could bring away to go do that. All right, cool. All right, so we have this really cool segment on the show. It is called Slow Down, we just want to get to know you. This is where we kind of just ask you some random questions. We really don't know where we're going to go with these questions. We're going to get somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. But before we start the segment off, I always like to ask, people, just shout out your social medias and all the different things you want people to check out that you got going on right now.
Okay, so my social medias are all under Jules Walcott. It's spelled JULESWALCOTT. You can find me on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of that stuff. I have a couple music videos out. You should check them out. And yeah, we have a new album coming out, so definitely catch up on my previous music. So by the time that the album comes out, you're all caught up.
All right, make sure y'all follow her and get all caught up with that. Awesome. All right. This is our favorite question to ask on the Slow Down segment, all right?
Okay.
If I'm Ray, and I'm the movie director, movie producer, and I want to make the Jules story, who do you want to star as you in the movie?
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Wow. I'm probably me.
Okay.
I like to act. I have a secret dream of like wanting to be an actor, but like if I couldn't do myself, somebody once told me that I look like Millie Bobby Brown. And like I've taken it and ran with it, and I don't feel that way, but she's so pretty that I'm like, okay, if one person thinks that I look like this girl, let's just cast her.
Maybe someone else
throw a
thinks that
pink
too,
wig
yeah.
on her. She'll be good.
Okay, we like that. All right. So she said if she can't play her as her, Millie Bobby Brown. All right. Okay. What Disney character do you feel like you relate with the most?
Disney character. Probably like Ariel, because she has colored hair.
Okay. That's a great. Hey, we're in line because of the color hair. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what is something that you believe to be true that almost no one agrees with you on?
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay. Perfect example right here. I really love sugar-free Red Bull, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say about that. Everyone says that it tastes bad. But personally, I think it's the best one. I think any sugar-free drink is the best.
Yeah, well, from someone as a diabetic, I will have to agree with you on that one. I will have to agree with you on that. Like, I love Sprite Zero. I don't know what it is, but it tastes just like a regular Sprite.
It's so much. I like the chemicals. Like, like it has to taste like it's burning my insides, and that's the only way I'll wake up from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do Red Bull. Red Bull, I feel like my heart starts pounding when I do a Red Bull. Like, it's weird though. I used to do like vodka Red Bull and cranberry juice.
That's my go-to, a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So we did it with cranberry. And we used to call me and my friends. We used to have a little group we call the Rockstar Gang. So we call it the Rockstar. Vodka, cranberry, and a Red Bull.
That's very edgy of you guys.
Yeah. Awesome. So, you talked about we got the deal coming out with the hair dye. Who is someone you would love to see use your hair dye?
Oh my gosh, I would love to see Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Billie Eilish, she does like the red and black. Like throw a little bit of like my dye in there. That'd be crazy.
Okay, let's go. Billie Eilish, I hope you're watching this. We need you to get some of this dye, all right? Dropping soon, okay? All right. So, if you were Jules, the promoter, and you put on your own festival, what would your lineup look like of the festival you would put on? Wow.
Oh my gosh. I think that it would be really cool, and I don't know if it's been done before. Maybe I'm wrong, but like an all-female lineup. Like just all like girls. Mm-hmm. Like so be like Billie Eilish, Hayley Williams, Lady Gaga, like all the icons, like Demi Lovato. I'm trying to think, Sabrina Carpenter, like who else is there? There's so many. But just like a whole list of like female icons. Like even like throwing back to like I'd throw Dolly Parton on there. That'd be yes. So insane. And it like just be called like, I don't know, like the Female Icons like festival.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. We gotta get that. So we're gonna speak that into existence. We're gonna manifest that, down the road. We're gonna do that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, like I said, everyone knows you're a music artist. What were some of the earlier songs that really influenced you musically?
I think so. When I was like 13, 14, I was really into like the rock, like emo scene. I was a little like emo kid. Like I went to Warped Tour every year, like growing up, and I really, really loved Paramore. That was my all-time favorite. I remember that in my childhood room, I had like a whole closet and I painted it all white. And then she has this album. It's like the Riot album, and it just says Riot all over it. And I recreated that on my closet, and I just wrote Riot like all over my closet. So definitely like anything like Hayley Williams, Paramore. Also, like there was this band called Paris that I loved, Mayday Parade, My Chemical Romance. But then also like by the time I was like 17 or 18, I became like such a fan of Billie Eilish. I remember finding her on Instagram when she had like 60,000 followers, and like her song Ocean Eyes had like just dropped. And I remember like I just started college, and I was like going around telling everyone like, oh my god, like go follow this artist, she's gonna be so big, she's so good. And everyone was like, what are you talking, like who is this girl? And like not even like a month later, she like became like a sensation. Like she was huge. So I took so much influence from, like just growing up. Like I always just loved that she was so authentically herself, and like I think that's what always inspired me, was like artists that were like very authentically themselves and they didn't give a fuck what anybody thought.
Let's go back to being authentic, man. That's always the best. See, I always have like this love-hate to when artists get discovered, because I like discover artists like when they're really like not that popular. Yeah. But then when they get mainstream, like man, like I really like this person.
I know that feeling.
Like perfect example, Teddy Swims.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I was listening to his covers for like a long time. Yeah. Like and like all of a sudden like he finally blew. I was like, man, I'm so happy for him. But like, man, I've been listening to this guy like for a long time. Y'all don't know about him, okay? Yeah. Let me put y'all on something. Yeah. It's always kind of a bittersweet thing too, man. All right, so let's think about this here for a second, all right? So some of your body of work that you've done, all right? If you could rank your top 5 songs in your opinion, what would you rank them?
Like, so like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like 1 being like top.
Oh, we don't even have to, here's the thing, we don't even have to put what's 1, what's 2, or 3. Let's just say 5. Your 5 favorite songs of yours that you've done.
I think I put at 5 Boys Lie. That was just like an iconic, fun song. I like Far From Heavenly. That one was like an old one, but it was a good one. I think it was underrated. Not a lot of people like really tuned in, but the people who did were like, whoa, this one's a vibe, because it's slow, it's different, so not easy to promote that one online, but it's so good. And then I think 3, probably Bad Decision, because that one's just like a absolute bop. Like that one is just so fun. I think Over You, because that one was the one that got me signed to my record label, and then Bad Boy, just because that's everybody's favorite. Yeah.
Okay. And what record label are you signed to? Let's talk about that real quick.
So I decided to go with a non-traditional route, and do you know the clothing brand Ethica?
Yes.
So they have a music label. Okay. And it's a passion project for the CEO, and we've done some really incredible things so far. And literally the CEO, Matt, it was crazy. He DM'd me on Instagram and I guess he saw like one of my like videos or something, I don't know. And he was like, yo, like send me some of your demos. And so I sent him a couple tracks, and he was like, damn girl, you good as fuck. And so literally same weekend flew me out. And it was so financially good for me that I signed the same weekend. And it's been really, really fun. Yeah, they're super supportive. They hired a amazing pop producer like to specifically work with me, and he just did my whole album with me. His name is Brandon. We call him B Nasty because he is very nasty with the production. And he's just fire. And so me and him have been like creating this whole album together, and it would not be coming to life because of him. And so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah,
that's awesome. That is so amazing. All right, so have you ever seen like those airplanes that fly across the sky and they have like a message attached to them? All right.
Yeah.
If you could fly a plane in the sky and we could attach a message to the back of it, what would it say?
Oh my gosh, I'd have to say Bad Bitches Never Die.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's that promo work right there. Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So, what's something about you that some people seem to misunderstand?
I definitely think that that's a great question because I think a lot of people do misunderstand me. I think that I'm a deeper thinker than most people think. I come off on social media very like bubbly and very like upbeat, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, she's just a dumb girl with pink hair." It's like, but it's also like, how do you think that I got to the level that I'm at? You think I just did this by being like hot and stupid? Like, no, like I'm a deep thinker. I think before I post, and every action that I make is calculated. And I don't think people realize that about me, is that they will instantly think, oh, she's so dumb, like posting these dumb videos. But it's like, I'm getting 1 million views on them. There's a reason I'm doing that. There's a reason I'm doing that, and there's a reason I'm acting this way. And I think that a lot of my like hardcore fans see that, and they're kind of like, oh shit, like Jules has a really big picture in mind, and she's been plotting the foundation for years. And I think when you dive deeper, it gets a little shocking. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I love it. As more beneath the eye, right?
No, literally. Yeah.
All right. So when we close up our interviews, we like to always ask 2 questions. All right. The first question being, if you could give any advice to anyone, no matter the subject matter, what would it be? And secondly, what do you want people to take away from the podcast you did with me today?
I think that do not set limitations for yourself. I think as like a female in the music industry, I have watched so many males get much better reception to what they do. It's very hard as a female when you step into a studio and when you step into a office or a meeting. Sometimes it's hard to get taken seriously. And I've noticed that as I grow, and I'm lucky enough to have an incredible manager that makes sure that that doesn't happen for me and that I am respected when I come into a room. So I think surrounding yourself by people that genuinely support you and want to see you do good and have the same vision as you will definitely help you become successful. But also don't put limitations on yourself. Like, no matter what, even if I come into a room as a female, I know that I'm going to make sure that I get respected in the room, and that my work is valued, and that my work is like put on the same pedestal as a male's work. So I think that that's like very important. If any girls on here are watching, don't take shit from any man. Don't take shit from anyone. And yeah, you're a female, and females run this shit. Females run the world. Like, they don't even realize. But anyways, from this podcast, I think that it was a great way to get to know me in a different light. I think that you asked me a lot of questions that a lot of people don't know about me, and I think that was really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, here on our platform, we wanted to make people feel comfortable, be able to talk. Like, this is not really an interview. It's really more of a conversation.
Yeah. That's what I felt.
And a lot of people can't converse nowadays, which is, it's sad. A lot of issues will be resolved. People just sit down and talk. So, that's what we like to do. Whenever you're all in Dallas, you can always, pop up, say, hey, Ray, we're in a D. Like, hey, what's up? Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do something.
Love it.
Make sure y'all go stream that single BBND right now. Be looking out for that album coming on Mother's Day as well. And if you're out there, if you can catch her on tour, make sure you catch her on tour. We'll put all the dates up here on the screen so y'all be able to check her out, and make sure you're following all the things she's got going on. Such an amazing spirit, I feel, right now, just from, small interaction. I think it's been great. Cool. So we always start the show off with positive words, so we're always going to end with positive words as well, too, all right? Like I was telling her earlier, something I always like to say, if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Consistency is the key. Cool. Now, I don't want you to get your swag on now, all right? Kind of rub your hands together like a Birdman. Tell yourself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up physically. And I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy Ray from Ray Ray's podcast. The incredible Jules Walcott in the building. We're going to catch you next time, all right?
Peace out.
Get money all day, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink.